Welcome back to the Syndicate Competitive League 5. You are here for day 2. I want to apologise for some technical difficulties we had earlier. A few audio issues. Hopefully they've been ironed out and solved now. We just watched the fight between No Boundaries and something else, which No Boundaries ended up taking down. Not going to lie, not the most exciting fight we've seen today so far, Soldat. What were your thoughts on that one?
Wow. Well, I think the winners did a really good job of target calling. I did a look at on the Aneros and I saw it was double tanked. And with a logistics ship, you can either have a shield tank and have good reps, or have an armor tank and have good reps, but you can't have all three. And they opted for no reps at all, maybe some mediums or one large. So they just chewed through the ruptures.
Yeah, I mean, that one went pretty much as we expected, Paradox, didn't it? I mean, as soon as those ruppies went down, it was only really going to go one way, wasn't it?
Yeah, I was watching the trade between the Slipnir and that also the Rupture and the Vector. I just didn't think it was they didn't seem to be on the ball.
Yeah, I'm inclined to agree with that one. I don't think it was the best piloting display we've seen so far today. We're currently getting set up for the second round between Try the Verge and Footwork. But before we get there, let's go back to the previous conversation I was having with Paradox about those siphon units. We discussed the kind of guerrilla aspects of the siphon unit and what it could mean. Obviously, you guys have put this down as you've put this in the game as a potential conflict driver. What's the feedback been like from the players so far in the forums and that? I mean, are you getting the impression that this is something that's going to work in that regard? I mean, certainly the feedback I've been getting and what I've been hearing from the players is everybody seems to be very, very excited about this. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I think it's hard to begin to understand what kind of gameplay can come out of this. It's very emergent. It's something will happen, and you can only like theory craft so far. But once it's actually out there and it's got that potential to mess with alliances and the economy, then you just don't know what kind of situation will come in. I think definitely what I've heard from players is the current version of the small mobile siphon units will just steal basic raw materials and intermediate materials, so not alchemy, not polymer reactions. So they want this, but we started off small. We started at the bottom rather than right at the top. Otherwise, it would be much harder to balance from the top down.
Can you confirm for those listening who perhaps haven't been keeping completely up to date with this yet, the pause owner, will they receive any notification when this module goes online? Do they get any kind of warning that their materials are being stolen? Is there any kind of warning system there at all?
Nope, they will not. They will have to check their pause. Periodically. Many do, I suspect, but there are probably some safe in nullsec that's they think we're safe. We're in an area that will never get intercepted, so they may be a bit more lax in their checking. But there is no notifications that will be sent out.
Was there a discussion amongst yourselves that perhaps there should be a warning, perhaps after 24 hours or 48 hours or whatever, purely with the intention of actually getting somebody to the pause to start driving a fight of some description, or was the thought more towards the person attacking the pause being able to do this in a covert manner?
Definitely. I mean, the first point we wanted to get across was just disruption. We wanted the ability to disrupt. And when it comes to the notification, we could, and we've been talking about sending out a message or something, but we don't want this to be free. We don't want it to be, so easy to just see the message, log on, just deal with it, and then log back out. So if we were to do something like this, that notification wouldn't be free.
Okay, but there could be some kind of paid for notification system, some kind of module that perhaps would give warning in the future. That's something, that's the kind of direction that the emergent gameplay could take here potentially going forward. A patch up, a point update perhaps in the future.
Yeah, it's definitely something we're looking at very closely for the point release to just balance this and react to anything that comes out of this. So I mean, whether the price that you pay is a bit of CPU and power on your pause as well as any ISK that you need to pay, then that might be it. But again, we just have no idea until the players actually get out there and do this for us.
And how much involvement did you have? Obviously, this is one of 4 new kind of mobile modules that's coming out. There is the space yurt. There is the mobile anti. Oh,
Sino.
it's escaped me. The
Sino
anti-Sino
structure.
unit, absolutely. Sorry. And the fourth one was, I'm trying to remember the fourth one now off the top of my head.
The mobile tractor units.
The mobile tractor unit, absolutely. I don't do much salvaging, so that's the one that tends to slip my mind most. So we've got those 4 new modules that are coming into play. How much work did you have with the guys developing the other 3? Stylistically, mechanically, did they tie in with each other? Is there a base code that's applicable to all 4, for example?
So yeah, the way that both teams, Team 5-0 and Super Friends, went at this was to just from the start make something incredibly accessible, so that we can do another kind of this small deployable, just so that we don't have to work with old systems or try and ham-fist it into any existing system. So right now, where we at on a sort of on a production level for this code is just, it's incredibly easy for us to come up with some great ideas and just get them out there.
So, I mean, when the Rubicon announcement happened, Fozzie went out of his way to explain that these 4 modules are being based on code which is different to the legacy POS code that's currently in place, which we know from communications with CCP that there are problems with that code, legacy issues with that. A lot of people have predicted, I am one of them, lots of people have taken a stab in the dark to suggest that we may be looking at the first signs of POS code itself being rewritten. This is kind of testing the water, and certainly the name Rubicon also suggests a kind of line in the sand that I'm moving forward. Are we all stabbed in the dark there, or are we hitting somewhere near the truth?
I can't say, and that's it would just be me saying something. I think getting these deployables out is definitely looking at the future for the capsuleer. There's you don't have to be part of a huge corporation and need several people to give resources. These are just something that you can drag and drop right into space, and whether that expands into larger structures or more, we can't say.
Fair enough. Okay. Well, the teams are taking the field for our next match, which is the second round between Try the Verge and Footwork. I'm fairly certain that Try the Verge will be hoping for a slightly more successful effort than the first round, which Footwork took comfortably after Try the Verge jumped their Paladin straight out the field. A beautiful Edge of Glory moment. The bannings are as follows. Try the Verge are banning the Kronos and the Ishtar, and Footwork are banning the Sleipnir and the Eos. Soldat, what's your predictions for this one?
Try the Verge, mate. No, there's no way. You always bet on them.
Even after their mistake from the first round?
Yeah. Knifey is my homeboy. Can hate.
Fair enough. Paradox, who have you got down for this one?
So I would have said Try the Verge, because I think that they would have had a talk amongst themselves and got back into this one, but I think Footwork's bans might have put them down here.
Yeah, I'm going to go down for Try the Verge, purely because I want to see this go into a third and a deciding round. So we'll keep our fingers crossed for that one. We're going to pass over to Elendar and Alexiev Karda, who are going to commentate this round.